Hey, welcome back to Lion and Lamb TV. Tonight is going to be part 3 in our 12-part series on the Rapture, the blessed hope of the child of God. And away we go.
See, my favorite one, the one I love the best, is how you honestly believe that God is just going to come back and just take all the Christians and just whoosh them all to heaven. Just like that. I mean, right out of their clothes. Yeah, okay. I can just see that. Oh, and one more thing.
This is part 3 in our 12-part series on the Rapture, the blessed hope of the child of God. Now, last time we left you with making sure that you don't let anyone shake you of your faith and your salvation. Your salvation is maintained by God, not you. If you had to maintain your salvation, you're already failing. You get me? So don't buy into that. Philippians 1:6, I'll read it to you again as we did last time. Being confident of this very thing, that he which begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. He's not going to stop somewhere in the middle because you know you're screwy. It ain't going to happen. All right. Again, before we get started on part 3, let me make this statement. We at the Lion and Lamb Ministry believe that Jesus Christ is going to return in the clouds for his church before the tribulation that is coming on the whole earth, and that he will return with his saints and all his holy angels to the earth at the end of the tribulation and set up his kingdom on earth, and that'll be for 1,000 years, ruling and reigning. Thereafter, the final judgment, and then forever and ever into eternity. We also believe that the nation of Israel has a special place in God's plan, and that all of the promises of God to Israel will be fulfilled. With that being said, let's continue. Now, specifically, having mentioned the fact that this is the will of God, your sanctification, Paul now proceeds to speak to them about immorality, that you should abstain from fornication. It is the same idea expressed in Romans 12:1, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice. It means that you present your accelerator foot as a living sacrifice when you're driving a car. That's so you won't be a lawbreaker in your driving. That you present that little bit of flesh you have in your mouth, known as the tongue, which can get you into more trouble than anything else, present it to God as a living sacrifice. That you present your eyes, which God says are full of adultery and lust, as a living sacrifice. Oh, how necessary that this be preached in our country right now. Simply because of the fact, well, it's many facts, but take a look at our advertising agencies. They've developed the naked body, or practically naked body, of the woman as a symbol of the value of automobiles or soup or tomatoes or whatever else. This type of advertising brings to the minds of the young men the pictures that turn them, well, into monsters if they are not on constant guard. This kind of advertising is responsible for so much of the crime and disintegration that takes place not only in the world, but even within our churches. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If anyone tries to tell you, oh, that has no effect, they're lying to you. Or they're looking to make a buck off you. All right, now let us get into the closing passage of the chapter. What the central theme of this series is all about, the rapture. All right. When Timothy returned from Thessalonica, he came to Paul with a question. Here's what he asked. Paul, and of course I'm paraphrasing, Paul, when you were there less than a year ago, you taught the people that Jesus was coming again, and at any moment they might be caught up to meet the Lord. Well, they're disturbed, because though they have been living in the light of this great truth and longing to see the Lord, because some of them have died in this past year, and the Thessalonians are wondering about them. They do believe in the blessed hope. They wake every morning saying, oh, Jesus, maybe you'll come today. And while they work, they're constantly thinking, is he coming today? And at night when they retire, they say, Lord, it may be at midnight that I will be transformed and become like thee. But Paul, they're disturbed now because just recently they buried some of their choicest believers who were killed in the Roman persecution. And they want to know when the second coming of Christ takes place, will they go ahead of the ones they've buried? They asked me to find out from you what your answer will be. And that's going to be continued, because this is the end of part 3. Part 4 is coming at you, and we'll continue to elaborate on this and teach you more about the rapture, the blessed hope of the child of God. Until next time, walk with the King today. Be a blessing.
When Christ shall come with shout of acclamation and take me home, what joy shall fill my heart? Then I shall bow